Hello my dear students, today we are going to discuss about scapula, a triangular bony structure. Just look at your definition. Scapula is a large flat triangular bone which has two surfaces, three boundaries, three angles and three processes. We can look it into details. First, surfaces of scapula. Scapula has mainly two surfaces. One is costal surface and other one is dorsal surface. The costal surface is also known as ventral surface or subscapular fossa. Its medial two-thirds is concave in shape and several oblique ridges run lateralwards and upward. The lateral third of this fossa is smooth. Second surface is dorsal surface. It is convex in appearance and there is a spine which is attached to it. This spine divides it into two unequal parts. One is supraspinous fossa which is above the spine and infraspinous fossa which is below the spine. The two fosses are connected by a supraglenoid notch situated lateral to the root of the spine. Now we can look into supraspinous and the infraspinous fossa. Supraspinous fossa is smallest of the two. It is concave, smooth and broader. Next one is infraspinous fossa. It is much longer, shallow cavity at the upper part. Center present a prominent cavity. Then we are moving to borders of scapula. There are three borders: superior border, lateral border and medial border. First we look into superior border. It is the shortest, thinnest and most irregular one, and it is present with a suprascapular notch which transmits suprascapular nerves and vessels. It extends from medial angle to the base of the coracoid process. Next one is medial border. It is thin and longest which extends from superior angle to the inferior angle. Next one is lateral border. It is the thickest border at the upper end. It presents with a infraglenoid tubercle and it gives origin to the long head of triceps. Next one is angles of scapula. There are three angles: superior angle, inferior angle and lateral angle. Superior angle formed by the junction of the superior and vertebral borders. It is thin, smooth and rounded and it is covered by trapezius muscle. Then inferior angle. It is formed by the union of the vertebral and axillary border. It is thick and rough and is covered by latissimus dorsi. The third angle is lateral angle. It is also known as glenoid angle. Now we are moving on to processes of scapula. There are mainly three processes. First one is spinous processes. It has three borders and two surfaces: anterior, posterior and lateral. Posterior border has two lips, upper lip and lower lip, and it has two surfaces: superior surface and inferior surface. Next one is acromion process. It is large and somewhat triangular, not perfectly triangular. Okay, it has two borders, medial and lateral. Medial border of the acromion process is continuous with upper lip of the spine, and lateral border of the acromion process is continuous with the lower lip of the spine. It also has two surfaces, superior and inferior surfaces. Superior surface is rough and inferior surface is smooth. Third process is coracoid process. It is thick and finger-like curved process. It runs laterally. Now we are moving on to muscles attached to scapula. There are so much muscles, but we are looking into necessary ones. It is divided into three: intrinsic muscle, extrinsic muscle and stabilizing and rotating type of muscles. First one, intrinsic muscles. Intrinsic muscles are responsible for internal and external rotation of the shoulder joint along with humeral abduction. There are mainly muscle groups such as supraspinatus muscles, infraspinatus muscles, teres minor muscles and subscapularis muscles. Okay, these are the intrinsic muscle groups. Teres minor located in the upper two-thirds of the lateral border of scapula. In the lower one-third of the lateral border of the scapula, there is teres major muscles. Supraspinatus muscle located in the supraspinatus fossa, infraspinatus muscles located in the infraspinatus fossa, and subscapularis muscles located in the costal surface in the subscapularis fossa. Now we are moving on to extrinsic muscles which are responsible for the actions of glenohumeral joint, which I will show later on. Now we are moving on to the muscles. There are mainly three types of muscles: deltoid muscles, triceps muscles and biceps muscles. Okay. Now, third group of muscles are stabilizing and rotating muscles. It is responsible for the stabilization and rotation of the scapula. Now, we are moving on to muscles, trapezius muscles, which is located in the upper lip of the spine. Okay. Then levator scapulae muscles on the top. Then rhomboid minor and rhomboid major muscles located in the medial border of the scapula. Then latissimus dorsi muscles in the inferior angle. Last muscle is serratus anterior muscle, which is located in the lateral border in the costal surface. Next one is joints of scapula. There are mainly three types of joints. First one is acromioclavicular joints between acromion process and clavicle bone. Then glenohumeral joints between glenoid cavity and head of the humor. Next one is scapulothoracic joint between scapula and thoracic cage. Next one is blood supply. The main blood supply is by the anastomosis of subclavian artery and axillary artery. These two arteries anastomosis to each other and form the blood supply of the scapula. The suprascapular artery and the circumflex scapular artery of the subscapular artery also supplies the scapula, which are from the anastomosis of subclavian artery and axillary artery. The next one is venous supply. The venous drainage is by axillary vein and suprascapular vein. Last topic of this section is side determination of the scapula. First one, in the dorsal surface there is a spine. In the costal surface it is concave. Okay, the lateral border is thick and medial border is long and thin. Okay. So these all are about today's topic, scapula, also known as shoulder blade. This is a precise video. It is not a detailed video. Okay, you can refer more details about the scapula in other sources. So signing off for scratch. Bye bye.